Guys, now this is called My Hero Rise. Now Izuku has X harm, so don't worry. Now I I have gave Deku two quirks. Now first quirk is called quirk wind manipulation. He is able to bend all wind present in the area but require intense concentration. 2. Body shatter. He can turn his whole body part into air and move around and reappear in a different location or use it to attack when he using his whole body but he cannot breathe. Now his harm first member Momoya Hirozu. Second Kyokajiro. Otaku Uraraku. Nemuri Keima. Midnight. Najirado. Um, Yu Takemiya. And the last, I guess, last member, Fumiya Todoroki. Himiko Toga, Ibara Shokoa, I guess, her full name I don't remember. Yui Kodia, Kendo Itsuka, Pony, I don't remember her last name. Mei Hatsume, Melissa Shield. If you remember the wild pussycat, then you guess who is this? Is Kota's aunt. I don't remember her name. Another one is Pixie Bob, I guess, the blonde woman. Setsune Toga. Another is Ryumi Yushigami, I guess, her name the bunny hero. Kemi Utsugami. Oh, oh, Kemi. Rikoya. If you remember the correct name, a girl that have a ghost like quirk, that is. Now, Chapter 1, Izuku Midoriya Origins. In a world where evolution took humanity to another level, gift of power called quirk emerged, giving people unique boost. It was an unreal age filled with people who only used the power for on their own gain. While the government was stuck at making new set of law to fit the standard of a new quirk-powered people of the world, and some had already stepped up and used their quirk to stop other using it for a personal purpose. That they are referred to as heroes, chosen to protect a protector of humanity. But not all who destined to be one had chance to be one. While 80% of the population had received some kind of uncanny ability, another 20% didn't have the ability. They were dubbed quirkless, powerless, weakling. Desire is not enough to change the reality. One particular was gifted with a great power. He had the chance to be a hero. His parents were wonderful heroes. Number two, American hero Dracon Hasashi Midoriya, and number five, Japanese hero Esper Inko Midoriya. While he had the power, he lacked the control. His quirk was never tamed to be. He never tamed, so he never used it. Whenever he did, just a small blazer would emerge. People laughed at him for having such a weak quirk, not knowing the untouched potential lying dormant inside of him. Izuku Midori had grown fantasizing, bullied and left and right from the day that he gained his quirk. His parents knew he was special, but unfortunately, other didn't look down on him. I didn't want to be born like this. Losing his parents, there were only people who saw the light behind his shadow. Didn't help at all. He knew what true pain it felt like. Even at an early age, won't let anyone feel any hurt like this. And from the day when he made his vow, he will become their hero. Year has already passed. A day for each day, the day Izuku's middle school graduation. It's only a day away. He had already set his sight what he wanted to be in his future and what school he needed to achieve his goal in. UA Hero Course, where has all-time role model graduated, Japan's number one hero, All Might. The school bell rang, signaling becoming of hall room of the student had settled down, stopped in their talk, oh, and went back to their seats with wide toothy smile and painted on their face. The moment later, the teacher walked into the room carrying a bunch of paper with him. He stood in front of the surveyed the class. I see you are all in high spirit today, he said. Of course we are going to graduate, you know. A crap school never rejects someone like me. I just gave it a little boost. The number one hero learned from Athens Junior High. It will be all over the news in the future. You can all thank me later. Katsuki Bakugo, Izuku's ex-childhood friend, and his present local bully, said with a proud grin as he laid his feet on the top of the table, nonchalantly as he owned this place. Katsuki Bakugo, quirk explosion. He can sweat nitroglycerin from his palm and hand like sweat, and he can trigger them to explode at will. Ah, Bakugo, I heard you were gonna try for UA, the teacher said. All the students turned to him as away. He's trying for UA? The school has the lowest attempt acceptance rates all over Japan. They all mutter at the long of those lines, huh? That's why it's the only place worth my talent. I will be the number one hero before you extra can even step in the pro scene. The richest and the most powerful hero will be me. You hear me? Bakugo yelled proudly as his steel grin stuck on his face. But they slowly faded into anger, scowled at the teacher couldn't speak. Ah, and Izuku, I heard you are trying to get as well. When all of the students looked at the green hairball, broke into laughter except for Bakugo, who stood up, blasted Izuku all the way back to the room with his coat. Don't even try, nerd. What can you do with that stupid quirk of yours? You can even hold a candle to anyone on these people in the class, and this extra just pebble. But you're worse than a pebble. You're just an invisible. Is just an invisible than the wind. You don't exist. You might as well jump out of your own ass and die. The world doesn't need you, Bakugo exclaimed with a cold, evil grin while kicking Izuku on the stomach, repeatedly until he fell on the classroom floor, holding his stomach in pain. While they were all laughing uncontrollably, Izuku suddenly spoke. I know I cannot beat you. Shakily standing up, holding his stomach, a tear rolling down his face as everyone aside from the teacher gathered around him. Look at him while he was in garbage, but all wasn't enough to shake his determination off. You used it. It was all rude to continue, but I can still try. Then he clenching his fist, I won't back down with a mentioning smile, making everyone madder in progress. A teacher had known of this. They had been doing this to the poor kid for years. Why doesn't he fight back? He thought as he yelled loud enough for the whole class to hear. That's enough. Get back to your seat. The student heard this and clicked the trunk. His feature. He goes again, protecting this trash. They all thought as they know that who was respected. They all left Izuku alone, went back to their seats. The whole day continued normally. When the last class was finished, everyone only left for the left, except for Izuku, Bakugo, and two of his lackey packing their own things. I didn't say we were done, stupid nerd, Bakugo said as his friend walked around who terrified Izuku and picked his stuff and stopped and looked back at Bakugo. Not this again, he thought. Bakugo, Bakugo, to, Bakugo took the notebook Izuku was presently holding. It was a number 3. It was on number 3. Bakugo opened his saw the sketches of pro heroes. their costume, their quirk, what they say, use them properly in a battle. What the hell is this, huh? Ain't no put about pro hero. What are you, some kind of creepy stalker? Don't make me laugh. You cannot be a hero studying just studying. Nerd, you need power. He yelled loudly as he got his point through. Just give up. Then, but just gave up. Bakugo threw the notebook in his goose face and started to walk away with his friend. You don't even belong with the people, you trash. Then they left Izuku in the classroom, staring into nothingness as his spirit broke down completely. After a long session of crying alone in the classroom, Izuku decided to go home and rethink his dream now. Then Bakugo shoved reality at his face. He is right. With a stupid quirk, you shouldn't be ever thinking of becoming a hero. While he was walking, he felt a presence tailing him. Izuku sensitive to wind currents. That's why he is able to sense that someone blocking the wind as was coming toward him. But he shattered the straw, probably just another classmate looking for someone to make fun. He then walked toward the scheduled beach area, which almost every trash in the city. The trash was swept away. The current was washed into. The sun was slowly setting off. He sat in the middle of the cleaning area, the edge between the sea, the mountain trash. So this is where trash like me are supposed to belong, huh? He asked himself as he tried his best to smile through the tears, but with the orange ray of the sun and coming wave to stir, it imagine looked so better and sweet. He didn't know there was someone watching, feeling his pain. The kid, he saw a reminder of his mentor. You don't belong there, child. The sudden someone voice came behind him saying, "You aren't trash, young man." Izuku looked up and saw a blonde skeleton-like figure with a sun, sun-skin blue eye, screaming, radiating, intimidating power. He stared at him with awe. Who was the only question running through his mind at the moment. The blonde man walked his head decided, "What's a future here doing here in the dump like that? I'm no hero, just a waste of space, mister." Was all Izuku answered, but he settled down the sun and looked at the The blonde man sighed, "Your pain, yet still smile. I don't know about you, young man, but someone with a smile through the pain is completely strong to me," he said as Izuku force went from horizon sitting next to man. The man looked back and continued, "You can control your quirk." This arm suddenly filled with muscle and buffed with smoke release of his body. You are in a pathetic state." Then his leg and his arm slowly became rather similar, like manner-like. Alias, some enveloped the man with the covered and the blonde skeleton sergeant on now was not dream to meet. The man proudly said, "I will help you of one thing. You have even some of the pro hero, don't you have the heart of a true hero, young man? Now stand. This is the start of your rise." The greatness that ever lies was standing before him. All Might had said those words to him. He couldn't hold back and broke down, letting all his tears out. Also, All Might said, I can be a hero," ranking his head in his heart. Right then there, Izuku stopped as he smiled as the hero gratefully said, "Yes, sir. Someone rescue me." At, as Izuku took his hand, I knew the learning proper control of his power would be everything but smooth. But stared into his electric blue eyes, he knew he was in good hands. Then a sudden realize washed over him. Right. I haven't told you my name yet, sir. I'm Izuku Midori," he frequently said as he shook All Might's hand while wiping his tears. "All Might laugh genuinely. Meet me here every day for the next 3 months. We will train you. Retrain your mind and body without rest. The path of the true hero is thorny, young man." All Might said as warning. Izuku gazed at the setting sun and made his caregiving gesture toward it. He said the word, if I don't work myself to the bone, I won't be able to surpass, let alone catch up to the people who told me I can be a hero, which amazed All Might. This kid has got what it takes to be a symbol, a hero that has a heart to drive it to be the greatest. The wall between good hero has the heart. The wall between good and evil ran through his mind when he saw the determination lying in Zuko's eye. You're gonna go far, kid. Almost suddenly received a call. I'll be there, he said. Izuku looked at him worried eyes. I shall go now, young man. Make sure to remember our training. Almost said. He jumped away. How can I forget? Could I forget? Chapter 2 Momoyai Rules. While Izuku was walking home from the beach, had met All Might. The sun has already disappeared and it was complete night time in the city right now. He was still shocked from the encounter with All Might and was lost in thought. His eyes caught a glimpse of a child ganged up by a group grown-ups in a dark alleyway. He squinted his eyes so he can cheer his eyes weren't deceiving him. Then he saw it was real. His eye widened. There is no way those guys can be. There is no way those guys can be this kid's friend. He then approached them slowly, make a fake smile, try to hide his fear. Then he heard some before. How about you give us some money, kid? Those clothes look awfully expensive, said the guy then a middle while approaching the kid. Which suddenly yelled, I'm a Yairus. If you hurt me, I'll tell my dad about you guys. I try and scare them off, but Izuku knew only would be backfired. He was the familiar of the name. He was a family member of the Yairus. The name Yairus stumbled upon when I was studying about the book about family that supports heroes with money, and Yairus are the one of those families. He quickly ran between the kid and the three men were smiling. Please stop, you're scaring the child, Izuku pleaded. He knew there was no way he could get there and unharmed, but this to his surprise the kid pulled onto his newborn guide. Quite heroic of you, kid, but you know you cannot do it alone. They all started closing on them. Izuku had Izuku had one choice. He returned around, knelt down, and hugged the kid, covered him with a smiling reassurance. The three men slowly, now hesitated, constantly cut Izuku's back until they were satisfied, and left laughing, saying, You sure you know how could you steal someone, kid? You are a true hero for sure. But man, you are weak. When they are gone, Izuku turned to the kid and asked him, ask why he's alone in the night city. I ran away from. I think my family doesn't need me, he answered while sobbing. Izuku couldn't help but feel pity for the guy and gave him a hug. Said, I am sure your family loves you, sure you needs you, I'm sure. With a warm, charming smile put at ease, but I'm quirkless. It will be a burden. They'll have a useful quirk. They all have useful quirk, but I don't. The kid suddenly said, catching Izuku by surprise. He pulled away from the hug and stared at the kid with wide eye. The feeling of being useless is painful. He couldn't kill you. This kid ran away from home just because he thought he was unwanted. It's fine to be quirkless and weak. Look at me, I was weak, but I was able to save you, right? Said with a smile. The kid calm him down. The kid to calm him down. That's true, kid said, seemingly rethinking his choice. Then turned his face. I wish I could go home, but there might be dangerous people out there. Will you accompany me, mister? He asked. Kizuku dumbfounded. He talks like a young prince. He thought, of course. What's your name first? I don't want to keep calling you kid, Izuku said with an awkward grin, sketching his back of his neck. Oh, how rude of me. You may refer to me as Chisai. You earned the right to call me by my given name when you saved my life, he answered. Yes. Now, say my behind a soft smile as Izuku needed to squint, Chisai looked like an angel, clad in a holy light for the moment. Lead the way, Chisai, he said. Chisai grabbed his arm and pulled him along. He needed to lean down a bit. Chisai was a little smaller as his grip as a was grip and was tiny cute, so Izuku didn't want to let go just along with it. When they arrived, Izuku was surprised how big the mansion was. Even the gate was gigantic. The sudden front door opened with a girl with black hair tied a pointer with an uneasy ear and a body that looked too mature for her age. Walked outside with a worried look. Izuku waved at her, then she quickly noticed holding Chisai in front of the gate. The girl stared at them with a wide eye for a second, then answered and ran back inside in a hurry, leaving Izuku guilty, thinking that he scared her off. What were you thinking, you stupid Izuku? You are a stranger, dumbass, but don't suddenly wave, he thought. Then the girl came, but this time they took two people with her. One looked like older yet still beautiful version of her with a similar hair and eye, eye color. They even looked like the same, but the hair was tied. Another was a guy resembled Chisai, some slick black hair and onyxy black eye. Their parents, Izuku thought. So their parents, Izuku thought as they walked over to the gate, welcome Chisai home. They were all facing each other, the other by the gate. Izuku let Chisai go so he can join his family, but then needed Chisai suddenly hid behind Izuku. He probably having second thought, huh? He looked at the girl in present. They were mm, probably searching for Chisai there tomorrow. She said there was no tomorrow. He kneeled down on the kid and smiled. Your family really does love you. They used the method they could find you because they care. Chisai looked over Izuku's shoulder and saw their exhausted face. You're lucky you still have a family. Enjoy your moment together with them. You won't be together forever. Then the kid asked, you don't have a family, mister? Izuku stared a moment and chuckled at the kid's innocence and rather than getting angry at him, Tess said, yes, I don't. They already left, but I have a good memories with me. He smiled again. Then the kid glanced back at his family again, finally decided to let go of Izuku and ran joined them. Izuku turned to see the joyous reunion of the family, but to his surprise, their attention was on Chisai anymore. They were looking at him with concern. The girl asked him to turn around. Izuku embraced the cut and he gotten from the three men and realized they were pointing out. I'm fine. He just fell into the ground and blacked out. The next morning, Izuku woke up in a bed that was surprisingly how much his back hurt. But what happened yesterday? Izuku asked himself. Then he had two boys, a man and a woman. Do you still think she will want to marry him? The woman asked. I certainly would like that, the man answered. She did ask to lay him on her bed for the night. Maybe it could happen then. And I love you, honey, but did you see that body on him? The moment exchanging giggles, Izuku added a breathing up in the bed. Then what happened yesterday? He realized and the girl he saw that night. That means Izuku saw beside him and found the girl resting on his chest and hugging him. Izuku screamed, ah! Izuku yelled inside his chest, being careful not to wake up the one, while waiting for the girl to wake. Izuku looked at her face, realized it was perfect. As he saw her yesterday, had a hair tied into a spiky point and looked beautiful, but now she had her hair down and was sleeping so peacefully against him. She looked absolutely gorgeous. Then Izuku blushed, realized how close he was to her. Then he remembered the train with All Might today, and he smiled. Izuku was saying, Miss, I need to go. The girl's eyes open a little more time, please. She whispered half asleep, not aware what she was saying. I really have to go. He repeated. The girl slowly showed up and his tears and woke up. Good morning. I didn't mean to, she said as she turned away from him, sitting up trying to hide her sudden blush. And everyone realized he was half naked and looked at each other. Blush, instantly. The girl said, I'm Momia. It was nice to meet you. And then offered Izuku her hand, which he took and replied, I am Izuku Midoriya. Nice to meet you too. Then he realized he wasn't staring at anyone. She was so possessed with her upper body, which was told. I'm sorry I can let you see that I can I. Izuku said as while awkwardly smiling. I have to go now. See you later, Miss Jairo. Then quickly grabbed his coat and just as he felt a touch on his shirt. Just see Mom, blushing. Call me Mom, he said. Then Izuku agreed and gave her a big smile to look up. His body was rock swell, but his skin was so soft. Mama said, blushing, and while Izuku was walking out of the mansion, he came across Mama's parents, which walked over to him near the leading. Thank you for letting me stay the night, Mr. and Mrs. Airuzu, Izuku said. Don't worry about it, son. You can come over and call us Mom and Dad, Mr. Airuzu said, smiling, which Izuku took him surprise and make him brush him on the conversation had earlier with the marriage. Really? Asked with the awkward smile. Really, said Mr. Airuzu, Mr. Airuzu with a big smile on their face. After an incredible uncomfortable long invention talk with the Mohammed family, then he was unable to get out of Izuku was able to exit the mansion and cried inside. He headed over the beach as he was supposed to meet All Might today, and he saw the skeleton man from he waved at him. All Might smiled widely, beaming the determination they gave. The determination and the training. Determination and training. He started to remember. Now, let's just say they did some training and now Izuku was left in the beach. When Izuku was satisfied with his training, he decided to go home and rest, but then he realized something was missing, something important to it. His necklace. His mother gave him. She died before. Now, should I do? Now, this is something else. You see, Izuku just got into Momo's home and just that it was night time, nearly night time, so they invite him over some dinner. And when the dinner was finished, let's just see, Izuku said, "Your Mama, can we go to your room now?" They were all little bit of men shocked and dumbfounded. Now, seeing this, and she was also having blush, and she think her mind is if Izuku wants this, then now she just said, stop being gentle, it's my first time. Now after a long talk, how the marriage of the industry and the other company related stuff, Izuku spoke. Hey Mama, can we go to your room for a little while? Which shocked everybody around the table aside from Chisai. Such a bold move, Mr. Haruju thought as a rather unbeat manner. Does he want to seal the deal tonight? I don't think I am ready yet, but according to the romance novel, if my desire should please him with any further objection, he might leave me. Momo thought as her blood still intimate now. She really liked Izuku there. That's why she fell in love at that point. suddenly put up a determination look despite the nervousness she was feeling. Alright, Izuku, if you wish it to do it, then we could, but please be gentle. It's my first time, she said, slyly leaving Izuku with a confused expression aimed at her. Okay, he replied, not sure how to answer. First time for what, he thought. They all went inside the dinner. More followed as they were listening intensely, pressing their ear on Momo's door. Izuku then asked Momo if she saw his necklace lying on the room. But when he turned around to Momo undressed, what the? He thought as he quickly walked over and dragged Momo's sweater down before she could take it off. I'm still, I'm still here, Momo. Why are you taking off your clothes? Yes. Now, I I don't remember the last time I said yes. Momo was about to undress his sweater, but he dragged over to Momo's sweater and dragged Momo's sweater down. And before she could take her said, "I'm still here, Momo. Why are you taking off your clothes?" While he looking away, blushing, Momo was surprised by Izuku's action and decided to ask, scared of him leaving. She had found herself attached to the green-haired teen and wanting him close to her, even if that means doing things against her will. If he wishes it, do you not want to? Is my body not enough to please you? Are you going to leave me? While looking at Izuku, who still tried to reply, but I can say I don't want to, but was cut off by Momo's sudden kiss when she pulled away. If you won't take me in my first time, at least take my first kiss, she said, making both Izuku and her blush. Then Izuku and Momo started looking at his necklace silently. Then he found it and when they found out they were out only to find Momo's parents standing there in front of Momo's door blushing intensely at her mother even look at her Izuku almost lustfully. I see it went well, Momo's father commented. Such a fine young man you are, Izuku, Miss said as she winked at Izuku and then both of them went back into the living room while Momo and Izuku by themselves brushing by the door. Then Izuku had to break the silence. I should be heading home now. An awkward smile. Do you hate me now? She asked, looking at Izuku with a teary eye. Izuku heard the question and stared back at her and replied, why would I? Then it gave her a warm, comforting smile. Then she moved toward Izuku and hugged him as she cried, letting a nervousness and she felt Arya flow out. As Izuku was walking home, Momo was staring at him until it was out of sight, and he turned around to see her parents, hearing them say, "You can marry him, sweetie. We won't take any other man to marry you. If you don't, then this if you don't, then they smile as they went inside. Momo started thinking how she feel about Izuku. I feel the heroine of the romance novel when I'm with him. Yep, the love story started with a romance. Yep, novel. Now I'm going to time skip to 3 months. The last day of Izuku's training under All Might arrived. They spend the morning perfecting each other's ability. Izuku's court can perform at the beach. Izuku then that he and Momo didn't see each other since the night. Guess she avoided me. It's unnatural, he thought as he continued his training. He can now manage to turn part of his body into a avoid enemy to attack. Even attack as powerful as All Might. They tried to turn his whole body into air, increasing effectively, but when he did, his muscle tissue ripped and cut appear around his entire body. It looked like a quirk as powerful as its own respective backlash, young Yazuku. I must warn you, you will need to use it when you need it, almost stated, standing into eye. Catching it chosen the student who dared to light him, but his surprise the green one was too pure to lie. I will thank you for warning, Sensei. Then they continue to try out other moveset. He has mastered his wind manipulation quirk to the point he can even use it to change the density of the air. He is controlling to make a wall or even stepping pad. Finally, I was able to do it, Sensei. Izuku said, I was happily jumping up and down. I'm not weak anymore. I can save people now, he added, with a determined look in his face. Sorry. All Might just glanced at him and smiled proudly at how much Izuku had improved over the 3 months. You were never weak, young man, believe me. No part of you were ever weak. I feel like I cheated. You did all this for me, All Might. I'm too blessed, he said, looking down, trying to wipe his tear away. But more, but more he wiped, the more coming out of his eye, until Alma did speak. This is not because of me, this is because you work hard. You were at the lowest point of your life, always being looked down, but you didn't quit. You made a move attained and gained say power to people, but most of all the power to live. Izuku finally stopped here and smiled like it is a thank you, All Might, for saving me, he said. After a long talk with All Might's stories about Hero, Izuku had left to get ready for the exam. I forgot to tell him as I am going to teach you, didn't I? All Might asked himself as he laughed it off. Izuku already had arrived at UA, and you walking around fanboying all the pro heroes present there, which caught the eye of incoming examiners. Is he near to get an autograph? They all thought. Is he here to get an autograph? They all thought. At the announcement gathered the other came, Izuku walked toward the main building and UA auditorium. With a determined look in his eyes, they wouldn't think anything bad could happen until Izuku stepped into a rock and slowly falling to face toward the pavement. The quite stupid way to start the exam. It wasn't even start a manner I already calculated. When he had accepted his horrible fate of landing his face, but then the ground suddenly felt something simply wrapping around him, preventing him fall. As he looked over left to see the three figures standing in front of him, a blonde guy with simple cartoonish face, and a girl with pearl-winged hair, pearl-winged hair, seemingly matched her eye color, and the guy with the purple hair and octopus tentacle for a hand, and looked at him by surprise. Sorry, I used your book without asking. My name is Tamaki Yamakaki, the purple-haired guy said as he put Izuku down as he realized the three of them were you. Thank you, sir. Tamaki-senpai, my name is Izuku Midori, Izuku said, looking away at the three students. They must be expecting a powerful to be able to get into UA, Izuku thought. The pearl-winged haired girl was staring at him with two guys which had noticed this weird. She usually get all chaotic and thrilling by this. At the point she could have asked the kid some question, but she actually stayed silent for once. Wonder why, they both thought. But shattered alongside, we both turned to Izuku. Well, see you later. Good luck on your test, Izuku, the blonde man said with a bright smile. Thank you, senpai, he replied as the three of them walked away into the main building. I talked to you, a student, Izuku thought with a goofy look on his face. He could tell everybody that he was incomprehensible stupid because he stared into getting into the main building. Izuku perspective. I was entering the room of the orientation. I could feel the tension of all the examining there. I feel like a competition ran through my head. At the moment I sat down and and distant seat. When I look over I saw Bakugo glaring at me. I was scared to my dear life and I luckily speak in front of us. The present Mike, the voice hero. Oh my god, I always listen to him on the radio. I whispered to myself as Bakugo told me to shut up, and I did. I was told I didn't want another beating after school. Now, alright everybody, may make some noise, President Mikey, lifting up the tension at the air as he answered, but no one answered him. He yelled again and again answered, quite the boring audience we got here, huh? He muttered as he stared into explaining the setups and the entrance exam. There will be a written exam and the practical exam that will take place. The written exam constant of the rule, the regulation of Hero Society. The practical exam, however, will be held on different training ground. You will be faced by parked villain with three with the design point in them. The guy with the glass eraser in her phone asked was intended to mention. Now everything happened the same and okay. You know how Ida, fuckboy, Ida? I do not hate Ida, but his attitude, I hate that fucking ass attitude. Now, after the orientation, everybody went to their respective room, take the written exam easy, which was easy for Izuki as he always studied hero work in his life. Being a nerd, finally played off Izuku thought. Then the practical exam was about. He was lucky Bakugo wasn't in the same testing ground as him. This could turn soothe if anything happens to me, at least he thought as he let out a sigh. Suddenly, guy with the glasses came out. If you don't want to take the test, then go leave. The other heroes, here are serious about getting into pro hero. Please take the rest seriously. He muttered off before offended by my side. Just now, I have to explain. Izuku thought. Then he frankly tried to explain the situation, while making no sense at all. The other examiners were laughing. This kid doesn't have the courage to talk to. How does he expect to be a hero like that? At least one rival less for US, but they all muttered, the evil grin looking down at him. The president yelled loudly, go, 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 go. What are you all waiting for? Go as a singer when you are fighting villain. There is no time. Then they all ran, leaving Izuku behind, standing down at the ground and the spirit All Might Master Fix, already shattered by the word of the fellow examiner who began. They are right. How can someone like me be here? All Might was wrong. I am a trash. I don't shouldn't be waste of. And then somebody suddenly put Izuku in his hand and look over. They were saving me. The the three that saved him and reprimanded the blonde man has picked. Don't give up just yet. You haven't even gave your all. They don't what they you don't have to mind what they all say. Not everyone can be strong, right? Right off the bat, we aren't all might. All top heroes came from the bunch of nobody, didn't they? That's what my mentor told me. He's right. The pro heroes see today we are kid too. See today they were kid too. They work hard to get their three right now too. Go there, buddy, and you won't fail. You quite known that you didn't waste opportunity walking into the limelight and go out and show them what you are made of. They all showed at him with an encouraging smile. Gave it my all. Yeah, he's right. Who cares? What will they think if I fail? I'll give it all my if I don't. But only if I fail, give it my all. Izuku thought, thank you, senpai. Watch me and the sisters. Then, then suddenly he vanished, leaving a sudden gust of wind blowing the student away. What was that? Is he dead? He just vanished as he taken by the wind. The purling hair then fragrantly asked the blonde guy, seeing overly worried for a guy she just met. But two guys with her didn't question it. It's his quirk, the blonde said with a wide smile as his face. With an all-powerful quirk does he mean he can be untouchable if he chooses to be vodka? He's a kind of like you, Mirio, Tamaki commented. I can tell he worked incredibly hard to master that quirk of his. To get stronger, they are harder. The stronger they are, the harder the drawback. There is no need to worry about the kid. He needs a little push. Well, we'll see him UFO, Shiomiru stated with a certainty as they all walk away from the testing ground. Watch the test with the school staff. Mirio perspective. I watched the whole test together with the teachers. We were lucky to given special permission to watch it. Almost all the teachers stared away at Izuku destroying Fog's villain. After Fog's villain with the high speed of accuracy, he seemed as free and strong as the wind as he disappeared, reappearing in front of his enemy using his quirk, using to vanish when he inquired. It gave him all of it, but when all he'd noticed his body had cuts all over the backlash. Isaac was able to reach the first place in under 2 minutes since he entered the field. But suddenly he stopped as he tracked. He was breathing very hard as in his limit. Amazing. The kid blew past all the examiners just in 2 minutes. Such power, even though he had a late start, but the quirk has his drawback too. Pricey drawback too, Cemento Sensei stated. All the teachers agreed. I guess it is time to bring out the big one, Principal Nezha said as he clicked a big red button in front of them. Those and heroes, they can break out a tough spot, right? He added. Izuku's perspective. Look like I have to push myself. I guess I have to push myself, I said, as sprinting through the pain and all of the cut that leaned against the wall of the building. Suddenly a gigantic fox villain appeared in front of me, the other examiner running towards the building, heading toward us. At the moment, we all knew there was no way to beat the fox villain, and all of us were frequently trying to run away. Then just let the time of the exam expire. But suddenly I heard a scream from behind. I looked but saw a girl with a pink skin and two small horns, and foot was stuck under the huge broken chuck of the damaged building. There was a gate run over a huge fox villain. I was able to move as a muscle as fear added my exhaustion. Look at me down as I stared helplessly at the girl with the danger, with the guy with the red spiky hair. Past me, and Mina, don't worry, I'll save you as he covered with the girl with his body. Suddenly, flashback of the day I saved Chisai, and when he was being ganged by one, gang up one, I remember how I helplessly covered Chisai and didn't fight back because I lacked the power to do so. So this guy is trying to protect her even though he cannot be the enemy with all. What the hell are you doing standing around Izuku? You want to be hero, don't you? You don't do. The thought rang through my head. I gritted my teeth and finally walked over to help the guy and the girl, who looked at me surprised. It was just a wimpy kid from hell. You can do anything against that, just run. The guy warned as I came to a stop, standing between the fox villain and two of them. I gathered the wind around the area, composed into my right palm as I gathered strength to left inside me as I hurled the wind. It was my arm, the palm directly into the villain. I was able to direct into my head the head of the villain. It was the wind gravel, the one of the move that all my thoughts the greatest of a spiral wind pierced through the head of the fox. But I turned around, a smile reassuring all the surprised faces to calm down. You are safe now. Sorry, I wasn't able to come sooner. Then I blacked out and felt two arm catching my head with the word, "Thank you. You are very man." Yes, my conscience slipped away. Third person, what the hell was that? I thought that kid was at his limit. He blasted the Fox villain with one move like nothing present, Mike said as he entered the teacher viewing room as the practical exam. One top of that, he is cute, Midnight Sense commented playfully. Oh no, you don't, Najira suddenly yelled as they're surprised. She's been acting weird around that kid, Mirio and Tamaki both thought. He's very jumpy when he's very jumpy when we went to talk to him earlier. With that power, you expect him to be arrogant. And now I wonder what kind of life he had to end up like that, Mirio stated. Now, Izuku wake up the next day, staring at his familiar office room cleaning as he realized he was already home. But he suddenly heard Thomas sort of sneezing from someone who was cooking downstairs. Izuku had no more family member, and his mom and dad had both died in a plane crash. Only the support that his uncle and aunt currently living in America. His eye went wide, couldn't be right, he thought to himself as he being curled down by bed and grabbed his pillow. He used it as a weapon. He tiptoed downstairs, making a little noise possible to him to stop, and he reached on the bedroom as he mustered up his courage. Who is there? I have a weapon which I'm not afraid to use it when he's shaking interest, no matter how he looked like he was scared to death of all moments. Then suddenly a man walked in and hey there, sorry bro, we were suddenly blasted by Izuku's head with the pillow and holding his side familiar giant red hairs sticking out a pillow. Then the guy we remember, of course, yesterday event, he realized the red hair guy from the yesterday and began to apologize. Uh, I'm sorry, I thought it was some burger or something. The guy lifted the peel off his face, then laughed out loudly. The guy with a powerful cook doing with a weapon much as a pillow nonetheless. Don't tease him like that, kitty. He's kinda cute that way, someone from the kitchen said. And when Izuku looked over the pink girl that was stuck under the rock, she apparently cooking eggs. He then turned to the guy approach. Hello, Izuku. My name is Izuku Midori. Izuku said with intense look, focusing over face, and he was nerve kind of a guy who did around girls, especially someone beautiful as one. The red hair guy came up. Please don't tell me you like my girlfriend. You know all the shuddering and blushing. You no, it's just I'm not good with talking to girls. He replied while shyly scratching his back of the neck awkwardly. The girl stared at him with a mouth wide open, seemingly shocked by what he just told them. Really, you're that cute and you're not good talk with girls? He asked with the most energy. She asked with the most energy. The green-haired teen over witness from anyone. He talked to him with held her excitement back, immediately realizing upon she hadn't even introduced herself yet. Oh right, I mean Ashido by the way. Nice to meet you, Izuku, the girl added with a buddy tone and reached out her hand. Izuku shook it. I am Ejiro Kirishima. Nice to meet you, Izuku. The guy said and gave Izuku a friendly smile and shook his hand as well. Thank you for bringing me home, Minasan Kirishima-kun. You even made breakfast. It has been a while since I ate homemade food, Izuku commented with a cheerful smile, patting his face. What do you mean you never eat your parents' home cooking? That's bad, Izu. You should always eat when they give you, Mina scolded with the pot, waving a sweat you were holding, causing her to flinch a little. I don't have parents anymore. Sorry if I came out rude, but when I said I haven't eaten homemade food for a while, he replied with a painful smile and guilt washed over the pink girl and immediately threw her arms around him, making him blush and head to throw. What are you doing, Mina-san? He frequently asked, touched by the woman, as he was related to us as a new it was new feeling toward Izuku. He didn't know what to do with the moment. He just stayed still, but still bored as she hugged him tightly. I apologize, he muttered at the moment, and all the nerves was feeling under for the girl's sympathy. He just smiled at her, replied with a thank you. He pulled away, seeing avoid eye contact. Her cheeks turned from pinkish to dark violet shade of purple. You are welcome, she said, nodding. Hey Kirishima-kun, can you come with me for a second? He requested redhead. The redhead smiled at him, nodding. Hey Mina, me and Izuku are gonna hang out while you cook. Call us when it's all set, Kirishima said, one receiving a nod from the pink-haired girl. Not even managing to look at Izuku. He is the one hell of a lady killer with a smile. Not to mention you have a served body for a second. I forgot that I had a boyfriend and just wanted to rip his pajamas off. She silently thought to herself, still blushing over him. Alright, but where are we headed? Kirishima is waiting for new friends to follow me. Izuku said, walking upstairs and went inside the room. Can you model for me a bit, Kirishima-kun? Then the moment the man questioned a jaw down and onto the floor. In the first floor of the house. Excuse me, what? He asked. I need to draw you saw your work at the exam and I thought it would be cool. I kinda wanted to write about you in my notebook. Then Izuku walked toward the sleeveless on the side of the room when a bunch of notebooks were lined number 1 to 40. He then grabbed the 41 and opened it at the empty page. So you're saying you're the guy who destroyed the gigantic zero pointer and want to know about my work? Why, Kirishima inquired, confused why someone he thought, as he eventually more powerful than he wanted to know about his quirk. I collect notes about people who think I have cool quirk. I want to ask Mina-san too, but I won't be wrong if for me to suddenly make a girl model for me, he explained. Kirishima looked at him in a book and sleeves 1 to 40 as he grabbed one of the last one, which was MTF. As the mean there was a notebook and filled with information about this guy is a next level man, Kirishima thought, suddenly beaming with admiration for the green-haired teen in front of him. Alright, is a boss model for you. You seems manly then. You seem manly. Izuku then shot with him with a smile and got bright and pleasures is all finest. Then the next 10 minutes spent and he drawed Kirishima on the notebook. Let's just say that. It's done, Izuku exclaimed happily, staring at his work. Kirishima couldn't help but smile at the pureness of the dignity. Let's head down. Mina will be finished already. Don't you wanna see? Izuku asked with a shock. It's your bro. I don't wanna pick, said proudly, if you say so. Then Izuku returned a notebook back into peace shelf. They walked out of the room and drawed the kitchen. When they got there, Mina already set the table and sitting alone, waiting for him. Sorry for the wait, Mina-san. Izuku said as Kirishima joined her. It's fine anyway, eat up before it gets cold. I'm not good at cooking, don't expect much, alright, she stated. Then they look about Izuku's eyes and light up. There might be because I haven't eaten homemade cooked for long, but this is good. Izuku exclaimed, making her blush yet again. Thank you, Izuku. Man, he really should be careful what he does when he's around ladies, or he is gonna have to deal with a lot of lovers, she thought. 10 minutes later they were eating. Izuku he was going to wash the dishes later, but Mina instead she does it instead of the two guys just end up sitting on the table was just thank you again for taking me home, but I ask you know where I live. How did you know? With a genuine curiosity as they did. Oh, a blond man came over to us when you were out cold. He wanted to take you home instead. We We just said we will take you home for a reply for saving us back then in the exam. He just gave us your address and we took my car here. Kirishima him. Blonde man. Must be almighty. I better thank him later. He then he Kirishima began to talk about the other thing while waiting for Mina to finish. Now Kirishima's corking for Kirishima is zero. Cork hardening can harden his body to take damage to inflict damage. Minashi the cork acid can she can throw acid. Fuck throw acid. White mollustic acid. Now Momo's perspective. I heard from my parents that Izuku had tired out from UA, had passed out by the end of the entrance exam. My parents were granted special permits to watch the entrance exam. They given the fact they were the one of the most romantic figure in the supporting the hero society when it came to the founding. For years back, Momo Izuku just passed the entrance exam. My mother exclaimed. The exhaustion, she walked to my room. That she possessed was out of the end. Then he saved some girl stuck under a rock and the giant zero pointer. He was cool. I wish you could marry him already, she added. I bought it tied out. I blew it tied out of my head and asked her one single question into my head. What girl? But she just giggled a bit and gave me a piece of paper and contained the address to go to him. He might still be at home. He is extremely exhausted from the yesterday test after all. Then I quickly nodded and got a dress. The end of the flashback. I was now on my way over the address my mom gave me, which was surprisingly close. I had a intuition that would be turn here and then left and go straight and then stop. Then arrive in front of the model style wood gate with a black steel gate. I rang the doorbell, heard Izuku's speaker buzzer, which surprised me. The fact that speaking was a girl, maybe Izuku's sister. Wait, he doesn't have a sister. My mind went over about the possibilities in the girl. Who is it? Is Momoyairo? I came here for Izuku. The gate opened. I went to see the lawn had flowers beds on the other side of the pathway. The maid rock leading a modern style house which consists of glass and corrugated black painting. The gray. I never knew Izuku was rich. He lives alone, I thought as I walked down the pathway, as he was welcomed by a girl with a pink skin. She is hot, I thought to myself when I saw her. She well developed body and beautiful figure. Not to mention she was cute in a way or two, with a small horn in her. She's a welcome Miss Yares with a smile that shattered her hand to handshake. I mean, she is a good friend, she said. I'm Omaya Iris, nice to meet you, Asido-san. Well, shall we enter? They nodded as we bowed back and said. When Mina left the table, two guys go to talk for a while. Hey, Izubu, do you have a girlfriend? Kirishima, a girlfriend? Izuku asked frequently, making sure he heard it right. Yes, a girlfriend, Kirishima answered, laughing. How flustered the green teen was, as when he brought the topic. No, I don't. I told you I'm not good with girls. Izuku replied, embarrassed with the fact that he can even get a girlfriend. He glanced over the red hair, waiting for him to laugh, but he saw a surprised look on the guy's. Guy looked like he didn't find it funny, and it looked like he was thinking of something. How about we get you a girlfriend later? You're good looking, tall, polite, plus you're hot. Well, I'll just go to a mix later. You will be sure to walk into some ladies, Kirishima exclaimed, as he Anastashima, which surprised him even more. He didn't laugh, instead he tried to help. Izuku thought himself making a smile appear on his face. As for kindness he was showing him, yeah sure, let's a mix, huh? Suddenly, sudden, uh, suddenly a voice effected cutting him from the mid-sentence. Kirishima and Izuku slowly rotated there to see their voice come from him. Whose idea was it? Mina asked while glaring at Kirishima. It was obviously Izuku. It was obviously
Izuku Kirishima lied with a straight face and pointed Izuku. Hey, it wasn't me. I swear it was cut off by Momo. Who said you could have me? You can have me as your girlfriend, Izuku. I mean, we already slept together, didn't we? In a playful tone, she and Mina joined the table. I feel betrayed. Kirishima said, looking at Izuku. Momo across the table. Not good with girls, huh? He added, grinning proudly as the little green-haired teen was now present, blushing like a madman from head to toe. It was an accident. I was out cold and nothing happened. He freckled and tried to explain. Yeah, sure, you hugged me tight. You hugged me real tight, didn't you, Mama asked with a playful look, poking on the chest. That was you, Izuku replied, blushing intensely while the other three began to laugh at him. Anyway, how were your test results? Mama asked as the three of them passed. Me too, I don't know, he said, awkwardly smiling. Check it, you will. I'll check it already, you will, they said, and he said, yes, ma'am, sir, ma'am. Now, he suddenly burst out and stood up. There was Art checking the mall. When they got outside the mall, were waiting to open one. One was aunties, another one of from US staff, the male from his relative. As he back inside, as he went back inside, looking at the hey guys, I'm back. He's going on walking toward the table. Hurry up, bro. We want a seat. Kirishima asked him, gesturing him to walk faster. This could be rather humiliating for my part, so if I fail to bear with me, he requested awkwardly, smiling at the three. Come on, you got this, bro. Mina and Momo nodded along with him. Alright, then let's go do this, Izuku said in a nervous look as he sat down across the table as the hologram came out. Kind of, it was like the anime. Hello, young man, I'm glad to announce that you have passed the exam, but be ready. You will moving you to your dorm tomorrow. I passed, Izuku explained as he jumped around hugging each other in the celebration. The whole day passed with them just hanging out together. When it was time for leave, they had all content on face, knowing they made a new friend all along at the same, going to the same school. This is going to be fun, they all collectively thought. Izuku and Momo instantly see the Mina and Kirishima off. Guess we would be seeing each other again tomorrow. Where are we leaving now? See you on the flip side. Kirishima yelled, waving from the open the car, and Mina decided to test the generator. Goodbye, Izu. I miss you already, darling, making him a stiff with brown red as tomato standing in front of the gate while other left in Kirishima. Darling, Masarana joining him back into her day. I have not even gathered the courage to call him simple nickname yet. Ashido-san can do it so easily, she thought, doing her best to hide her sudden wave of jealousy. She just liked to tease, he answered him. Very well, I believe you. Say, would you be fine if we gave you a nickname, she asked. I will not stand around and get outdone. Sure, what's the nickname, he replied. How about Izu? That's fine by me, he replied, still blushing from the head to toe. A nickname, he thought, glancing over happily, jumping in front of him. Alright, then I should be heading home to see you tomorrow, Izu, she exclaimed as with a hug the huge satisfied smile on her face. I have given him a great nickname, she thought. Wait, I take you home, he suddenly said, making his goodbye. You don't have to, Mama replied. Someone was looking at me suspiciously while I was checking the mall earlier. It would be safe for you to go. It wouldn't be safe for you to go alone, he added with a serious tone, making Momo couldn't possibly deny it. If you say so, then Izuku and Momo left. While walking, Izuku found the perfect chance to talk. Hey Momo, you were avoiding me for the last 3 months, Izuku suddenly asked out of nowhere, catching the woman off guard. No, that wasn't avoiding. I would never. I just finishing my application to try out for UA recommendation slot. Momo exclaimed the moment the star replacing his. He jumped in the entrance. Oh, you got to recommendation. You must be really powerful, Momo giggled, knowing the excitement of the broccoli-colored boy was feeling. As he replied, yeah, I guess you could say that I'm special. Not strong, that's why I got recommended. Then, then they both were thanking, laughing. Izuku then standing gazed the figure, observing it. Show yourself, he suddenly said with a serious expression which shocked the raven-haired girl. Izuku, what are... She was cut off by Izuku pulling out his arm. So you must guess what happened. I see. You can sense people, kid. Right there in front of Izuku appeared a male with a great... This guy is a villain for sure. I need to get out of it. I need to get... We need to get out of here fast. As he looked around, with the beginning to get Tomomo out of the harm way. Don't worry, sir. I'm not here to harm you. Not yet, at least. I came here to bring message to the fall of the symbol of peace coming. Go tell everybody that will you? The man said calmly, walking into the scene like a purple mist, with evil smile patting on his face. Izuku couldn't do anything. Shadow-eyed, terrified eye. It was time to fight. That was close. Are you okay, Momo? Izuku asked as her Momo nodded and asked, Izuku, what was that? A villain? Don't worry about it. No, fuck that villain, fuck that villain, fuck everything, fuck, fool on the villain's part. Now, Momo unconsciously grabbed onto his hand and on had the point she was going to pull it off and apologize. She felt like neither. Surprising enough, he gripped her hand tightly, making her smile, genuinely not knowing he was walking her home only the way that were in the green tin's mind. I have at least this one all night. Then they arrived. Momo's mansion. Izuku held on to Momo and looking at her with the eye, tried to get what she was about to tell her through. I don't tell anyone about what happened, okay, Momo? If this news spread, the symbol peace being targeted would cause a panic to the whole worldwide scale. I need to make sure you would stay quiet. Okay, Momo answered. Then Izuku shot her to smile, turned around back her leaving the mansion door, staring into Waka. I have seen him act serious. The moment stared at him with those calls asking me to stay silent about it. I knew it wouldn't take no for answer, so I had to conversation with the devil himself.